welcome back to the Motor Guild. Today we're working on my E30 again.
Yeah, we're going to be putting in these seats. They come accompanied with your mum's 80s fishnet stockings, and I'm surprised we can actually see them because they're actually camouflaged in the middle. But yeah, we've got to put these in that, which is going to be fun because they're not designed to go in it, are they? Because someone bought seats that weren't supposed to go in his car. So the first job is to take these perfectly good seats out of the car.
So Tim, what do you think of this car?
It's alright. Headline's as saggy as a nursing home. Not very fast. A bit boring. A bit rusty. I know I can't talk about that. Just perfectly suits Max, really.
So, thanks for watching, guys. The new seats are in and they're really comfortable and they fit perfectly and nothing's wrong. Well, as you can see, there's some differences between the rails length and width wise. There's also a difference height wise over here. As you can see there, there's a big step. So our next step is to take a lot of measurements, do some engineering, and work out a way to do it. So we'll come back when we've got a plan. Right, so quick update. We've got the seat base off of the actual Recaro, and after looking at the inside and the step difference, and actually on the E30 seats, the step here is 22mm different front to back, and it's 8mm different left to right. So then the back is different again. So when we've considered that and looked at what we're going to have to do to get these rails in the same shape, we've just decided basically to put the E30 rails onto this seat. Whether that's a good idea or not, we're about to find out. But Tim's happy because he gets to use a grinder.
I want you to know I take absolutely no pleasure from cutting into your nice, expensive seats.
There's officially no going back now. So we've got one slightly dirtier, but also cut up Recaro.
Do you want me to just stick it in the bin now, or are you going to do it in like 5 minutes when you've made your mind up?
And over here we've got the other seat to do. If we just like to ignore Tim, we basically got to cut along this rail so we can keep this to go onto the new Recaro.
And then we'll do lots of weldy things to join them to that.
Weldy things.
Engineering.
That's a specific term. So we're now just going to take a little section out of this, and the same on the other side, as you can see. Basically that's just to clear we've got to keep this, 'cause that's the seat belt mount point, and on the other side is where the buckle belt bolts in. So we've got to notch that to clear it so everything can sit nice and flush. Right, so we've now put a couple of tacks on here, a couple of tacks on here. Obviously we're going to have to build a lot of little bits of metal and bridge this and make it nice and secure, but just position wise, we had to channel a lot out of here. So yeah, we're just going to tack this next bit up and see where we stand. So our rails are all welded in, well not welded, sorry, tacked. So we're just going to give it one last test fit, make sure that everything sits nice and flush, and then we can basically go for a full send, weld it, and we're nearly done. So it's only taken us about 12 hours, but we've got one seat, test fit in, the position looks good, the rails still work, and yeah, I finally smiled, so that's good. But
Fishnet's a return to the E30.
he thinks he's so funny. So we have got one bracket in, which is our adjustable height one, so that was important. This one also does the height. This one we had to grind out the hole, as you just saw, and luckily we could just flip it upside down and bolt it back in. So the bracket itself is now on the seat the way it wants to be, and there's no clearance issues. It still moves everything perfectly. But this final bracket, which I don't know where we've put it, doesn't actually fit. So we've made a cardboard template up of what we want to make out of some 3mm with a couple of bends in it, and we're either going to bolt it or weld it depending on space. But these move a lot less than we originally thought, so this little template should be pretty fine for strength and sort of movement. So we've got some sheet, we've got a welder, and we're about to give it a crack. So we've got our template roughed out, we transferred it over, and we're about to give it a little grind and get it cut out. So take it away. So while I've been outside stripping my carpet out, Will has basically finished this bracket nice and centre punched it, ready for our hole to be drilled through. So once that's done, all we're going to do is bend it, put it on the seat. Touch him.
I believe that is touching. Might have to take the hole out a bit more, but we can put washers on.
Just slot it, yeah.
We're going to put washers on anyway.
So sorry that we haven't filmed a little bit more of this first one, but there's just been a lot of trial and error and probably be quite boring to watch, but we've basically got it tacked in from the back in position, taking the seat cushion back off, and fully weld this out, and then once that's done, fully weld all the rest of our rail down here where our tacks are and down the bottom. So once we've done that, we're pretty much finished. Will is in there grinding away at the moment. He's just stopped on the bracket. If anyone's wondering why I'm not doing it, Will is a welder and a fabricator with his work, so we want it to be strong. It's a seat, you know, you want it to be safe, especially when the seat belts, etc., are anchored into it. So, like, trusting him to do it a little bit better than I will. But I get the fun job of stripping out this carpet. So I'm basically just going to take out probably this centre console part and possibly the gear shifts around as well, I'm not sure yet. Get rid of this seat, and where you can see it's split along the back, today I'm just going to be dyeing the front section of the carpet. Eventually I'm going to get the rear seats retrimmed in matching material, and that's when I'm going to do the rear carpet in the boot. But for now I'm just going to get this sort of passenger section of the carpet all dyed. So yeah, I'll give you an update when I've got it stripped. Right, we've got everyone working. Will's welding up the driver's side fully. I've just hoovered this carpet. I'm about to start dyeing it. I can't really take it out of the car because that centre console is a bit of a bastard to get out, and in and around the pedal area also is pretty tricky. So I've gotten all the edges away from everything, and we're just going to dye it in situ. Tim's making a start cutting up the passenger seat, ready to start the modifications to that, which he's again excited about because it's what degree? How hot is it, Tim?
Oh Jesus, 34 next time.
34 degrees, and we're doing grinding in literally just in the sun. So making good progress.
The worst weekend ever.
Well, actually, you chose the weekend, so
Whatever.
yeah. Tim doesn't like being wrong.
Let's do this.
Quick update. I've done the driver's side here, one coat. Makes a fair bit of difference. So it's a lot darker than it was. You can see there's a big difference. So I've got to put first coat on the passenger side. It's actually so hot, 34 degrees out today. I don't know if we've mentioned that a million times already or not, but it's actually that hot that the dye is already dry, and I literally sprayed it on 5 minutes ago. So yeah, it's getting absorbed into the carpet quite quickly, so we need to put a second coat on just to try and get a bit more uniform because it's a little bit patchy. But so far, pretty happy with the result. You happy with the result, Tim?
Yeah, I love it. Right then, so we've chopped the frames off the E30 seats, which is this one here, and we've chopped the frames off the Recaros in a really clean manner.
Nice and
Don't
straight.
zoom in because they're definitely straight. And then it can just be as simple as.
So, thanks for watching this episode of the Motor Guild. That's our seat install finished.
That's it, pretty much. Do you want to lob it in the car? Well, you can't because you've been done.
Yes.
In the car. Thanks for that, Max.
So, my carpet is currently a different colour. So, funny story. I wasn't actually able to film for the last half an hour because the phone had a thermal cutout on the camera because it was actually too hot to film. So I know we've took the piss out of it a lot, but it is fucking boiling today. So I've put my second coat on all of these, put my second coat on those, that the wind's now blown that top over. Fantastic. And they finished the seat. So
That's a hilarious story, man.
oh,
That's nice. That's like crack cocaine. That's what people say who never tried cocaine. The breeze. Need a constant breeze whilst you're welding this.
yeah.
So
If
our
only we
mate
had like
Will,
a fan or something.
our mate Will, he doesn't want to be on the camera. Oh, giving it away. He wants. What we're gonna do? We're gonna the handle. Where's the handle? Where's the handle gone? Okay, it's disappeared. Whatever. There was a handle here, and it crashes into this bad boy. So we've just got to drop it. We've got this little nubbin. Thank you. We've got to put this little nubbin on, and basically continue the handle out, and then that will allow it to do that.
Look how strong
And
he
do
is.
the
Big
do
muscles.
the big the slidey thing.
Yeah, this is my least favourite part of it. So far, everything we've done has been fairly.
Yeah. Is that why you're not doing it?
It's fairly.
Is that why you're not doing it?
It's
Is it?
everything we've done.
Everything you've done is your least favourite part.
Everything I've worked on this seat that has been me to do the whole thing.
Which is what have you done on this seat?
Quick, give me the
actually?
helmet. So.
What actually have you done?
Alright, look, this is not the point. Okay, I'm going to avoid this question.
Because I'm pretty sure I cut them, and you've
welded them. Yeah.
He's messaged many females.
Tinder is not a joke, okay? But anyway, as I was saying, I'm just going to cut all that stuff before. I've done a lot of work on.
I control the edit.
I've done a lot of work on these seats, and this is the part I'm least happy with because it is a little bit bodgy. So it's all painted, it's just drying at the moment. We've got, can't even see where the welds were. A little adjustment to the handle there is pretty good. And yeah, once it's dry we're going to put it in the car. But pretty happy with that, pretty happy with Tim's work.
Yeah, actually kind of looks alright.
Pretty happy with Will's work.
That's the highest praise you're going to get.
That's because Tim's an arsehole. So it's basically been a week since the last time we filmed. I think the last thing you will have seen is the driver's seat going in the car. What basically happened was we had a appointment at Caffeine and Machine with the current restrictions. You got to book a slot. So we got the driver's seat in the car securely with the seatbelt mounted to it, etc., so that it was safe for me to drive. But to go to Caffeine and Machine, we wanted the second seat in, so we had about half an hour. We just rushed and tack welded the seat in place and just made it, made it look the part from 10 feet away. Anyone who came and looked at the car in the car park looks like it's got two seats in it, right? But the problem was, while I was busy bolting the seat in, I don't think you can see that very well. While I was bolting the driver's seat in, Tim and Will were putting the other seat together. The seat itself is a lot higher, and also you can't really see it, but it tilts from high to low in that direction. It's only about 2 degrees out, but when the sun's not shining on the windscreen you can really tell that one side's higher than the other. So we need to get the seat out, correct that, probably take, I think we've worked it out to be about 6mm out of this side, and then we should have a seat that sits level. But the other issue, which Tim doesn't really want to admit, is that when he tack welded it, he welded the seat to the piece of metal to the part of the rail that's actually supposed to slide. So the seat itself now doesn't slide at all. So we've pretty much got to cut everything out and start again and weld to this part here, which is what he should have done. But you would never admit that's your mistake, would you, Tim? It was Will. Will's not here to defend himself, is he? So I guess it must be his fault. So it might be a bit clearer to see out the car now. We're basically going to take these tacks off and do the same on the other side. And basically where it's welded to the edge of the rail now, we want to weld to top of here, because that's the part that will stay stationary. So we need to take some length out of this, and the same on the other side, retack it and then see where we stand. So we've got the passenger seat in now. It looks a little bit higher than the driver's side, but that's because my seat's pretty lean back. We've measured the angle now, and it's -1 degree, so it's about as flat as we could have hoped for. We've modified the rail again, so all we've got to do is fully weld that out, paint it, and then the job's a good one. So the last step in doing our passenger side seat rails is we've got 2 plates welded in here, or tacked in. It's about to be fully seam welded by Tim, doing his best Darth Vader impression at the moment. And then on the other side we've got 2 pieces here that I've templated out in card and transferred to metal, so we'll grind those out, tack those in. They're going to go either side of this, so one here, and then we'll be fully welded, painted up and ready to go. So this is what happens when you take things off. I don't know which way they go back on.
I didn't take this one off.
You did.
No, I didn't. Actually, check the footage.
Fucking well. You did.
It was Will.
You did it.
It was Will.
You did it.
It was not to defend himself, so it was Will.
Oh my lord.
Then, here we go. Now we get serious.
Can you go and grab me the 17, please?
For you, anything.
Thank you.
I'd appreciate it if you stop getting in the way of the camera. You're trying to put a seat in.
Oh, that rail's not in the right place.
So what we did was we managed to get the rails not to be in the same place.
What up, my name's Jared, I'm 19 and I never learned how to fucking read.
Always highly advised to spray paint inside your new car seat area. Words.
Do as I say, not as I do. Perfect.
Always throw your compressed rattle cans on the floor. Ow!
If your car interior does not smell enough like paint, use satin black. New JML. Right, Tim, I'm sweating like a blank in a blank. You can fill those blanks
You fill in the blanks.
They both begin with P. Drop the washer in the rail.
That's not ideal.
No. And it does not want to come out. Hey!
Did you get it?
I did. Do you want to show them how much clearance there is to put a bolt on in here?
I've just come round. Camera swap.
That's how much clearance there is. If I can get it to focus, you know. It's nice and easy, especially when you want to get a socket in there. You need the long 17 without an extension. Here's one I made earlier.
That's
Well,
it.
Job well done.
Seats are in, nicely welded in now.
Very secure.
Very solid. Not the prettiest of welds.
No, but we put some paint over them, and then once the plastic trims are over them, which will be at a later date,
You'll never know that it's
you
a bodge
would
job.
think that they would stop,
Perfect.
except for the fact that they're yellow.
They look great though. The yellow Recaro goes really well with the MOMO kind of centre. And yeah, it's been a long couple of days.
It's been, so we've actually done 4 days on this, over kind of on and off. In terms of actual hourage, we're probably looking at maybe 12 to 15 hours.
But this is proper modifying your car. This isn't buy a car.
We didn't buy
a
these
part.
thinking that they would be bolt on.
No, you don't unbolt and bolt something else in. This is proper fabrication.
It's not like putting wheels on an MX-5 or something, you know, this is a real...
Yeah.
Because that's just like a joke.
Who would even bother? That's not even like modifying your car. Don't. But yeah, thank you for watching. Sorry if it's been a bit of a long one.
Yeah, we haven't done the edit yet, but I imagine this is going to be...
Well, obviously we haven't done the edit yet. This is the outro.
Oh, you're so funny.
Okay, anyway, if you enjoyed it, that's great. If you didn't, sorry.
Yeah, thanks if you've stuck around with us for this long, watching this massive video, then yeah, really appreciate that.
Please like and subscribe. We don't check the stats every hour.
No, why would we do that?
We're not obsessed with it. But yeah, thank you. We're going to be returning with a bit of mini content, hopefully, soon.
I remember the last time we said that.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much. Cheers.
Peace out.